All right, welcome everyone to February's Stars and Spice Book Club meeting. I'm so happy to have y'all here. Don't forget that participation is appreciated but not mandatory for any of these meetings. We are also adults who say adult things that may not be safe for children, so be mindful of those little surroundings. For those little listening ears, your surroundings. Anyways, meetings will also be recorded and added to YouTube for anyone who has missed the meeting but still wants to listen to what was discussed. Next on the list, according to Google, April is Indie Author Month. So we are going to be looking for books that will be self-published. Many popular romance stories were originally indie, but were picked up by traditional publishing companies because they are so popular, such as Direbound. Direbound was indie published, but then it went to a trad. So, however, uh, anyways, so there are amazing stories out there. However, due to indies publishing, some authors may not be able to find or may not be able to create an audio format. So we will just have to work around that. So basically, next month's book pick is going, well, not next month, but think about books that are indie published. Um, so we can appreciate the small town authors that are trying to get on their feet, things like that, not doing the traditional publishing route. You can find them on TikTok, you can find them on Facebook. And if you make a mistake, that's fine. But just think more like low-key authors. Obviously, don't do like Rebecca Yarros or any like a big known person. We're trying to go with more smaller groups. Lastly, if you are enjoying this club and would like your family or friends to join, we would love to have them. Others may need an escape from their lives as much as we do. So we will try. So might as well try. All right. We are discussing Don't Call Me Daddy by, let's see if I can figure this out. Hooray. Jeré Anthony. All right. Um, what did we think about the book?
Chrissy, did you finish this one?
Yes, I did. I did like last week. That was my
Oh,
new record.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. You
I
started
know.
it.
Christine.
I actually
I love
finished
it.
it. Yeah. So,
So you have to start this time.
okay. Okay. I liked it. I liked the storyline. I thought it was cute. As in, like, I like the evolution of like the characters and how I don't know they got more comfortable with each other and showing each other their sides that they normally hide. Um, Was it a little much for me? Maybe so. As far as the smut content go, it's like I would listen to it on Audible, and Eric would come in. He's like, every time he would come in another scene, and he's like, "What are you listening to?" I was like, "I'm just trying to fast forward these parts. I want to get the story a little bit more." But it was just still a good storyline. I It was cute characters. Yeah.
Good. Good, good, good.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought that it was cute. I was, I don't know, I guess surprised is the appropriate word to use, but pleasantly surprised at how they handled and dealt with the theme of grief throughout a book that is like at its core this rom-com kind of smut spice kind of book. They still did a really good job of that underlying theme of learning how to process and deal with grief, which is something that's just very human in nature. Like at some point, everyone experiences something like that, and just having to figure out like how to process it and keep going and all of that good stuff. So I was surprised by that, but in a good way.
Well, I thought the author did a very good thing about the grief as well. Um, because it is such, I mean, it's a real world topic, and I mean, it was so prevalent in the story, but you don't feel overwhelmed with if this is just a book of sadness. Um, so she did have, and transitioning from this is a sad time, starting out at a really low point in your life, and moving on to this is kind of what the other person would want for my life to be. I thought that was very well done.
And the grief content that you said, it wasn't just like her grief, but like also his and how how he internalized the accident and he blamed himself. So like it was both sides of that grief too, which I didn't think about it until you kind of said it. But that's a huge how they intertwine that the rom-com.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a good point that it wasn't just from the FMC's standpoint, even though their grief was very different.
Yeah.
Like that was just a common thread, like somewhere that they kind of, I think, found their common ground with one another.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Good.
I liked it. I definitely felt like um it was a little bit much for me at times. At times it felt almost abrupt the way it changed from like regular talk to like the smut. We're just like, oh, we're just jumping into it. Okay. At the kind of towards the end. But I did enjoy like the actual story parts and everything um of it. And it was a little bit, I think it's the hardest one for me to read that we've done so far. Um just because I really didn't feel the flow the same, but I did like the story. It for some reason it just didn't go as smoothly for me. But I definitely would recommend it to a few people. So it's not like I hated it or anything.
I think what one of the things that kind of kept it going was there were moments that I did laugh. And I was like, as
Yeah.
long as the book can make me laugh, it can make me giggle every once in a while, like it's gonna be a fine book. And just like and so that definitely helps. It's like because there are funny moments, especially with like the supporting cast, where
Mhm.
everything's just like just crazy and like just just because it is crazy and obviously it doesn't feel as real, but it's just like, oh, that was cute. That was funny. That definitely made me giggle.
Yeah, I
So
like
it
her
helps.
character. She was like one of my favorite. She was definitely my favorite character. She
It
Yeah,
definitely
had
the,
me at
was.
moments like wishing that I had like that kind of family dynamic, like on Leo's side, to where not even like having that many siblings, but just where, my family never truly like went out and went camping together. Like that was not my parents' thing. Therefore, all my camping experiences happened with the Gillenwater family, which I'm very thankful for. Um, but like it did make me like miss that family dynamic. Like I didn't have that with my own family growing up. Like just that was their camping spot and they went there every summer and they had memories there and XYZ.
Mhm.
yeah,
What were you gonna say?
I enjoyed the humor aspect of it often several times. There were several times I was cracking up. I'm like, this is funny. And then there were times I'm blushing. I'm like, okay, this is a bit much at the moment.
Yes. Yes.
One sort of humor, I was like, I love when on the way to the camping, she's in her one piece and he's like Andre the Giant, and she's like, no idea who that is. And I'm like, man, how do you not know who that is? Like, I that was my, I like that part the most. I laughed at that one a lot.
Yeah.
But it
And
was
they're talking
fun.
about the wrestling, and I was just like, you're not even talking about the films that he was in, the films that
Yeah.
I
we all
know.
know he was in.
Yeah.
But yes, that could have been trademarked, and I get that. But
Hey, but she mentions our queen, Taylor Swift, in the very
Yeah.
end of the book, putting Out of the Woods, one of my all time favorite songs on that playlist. And I'm like, okay, all
also
right,
true.
a lot of points for me.
What did you all think about the age gap? Like, was it something that was constantly in your mind, or did the author make you forget that it was even a thing?
I forgot.
Like
I
that
forgot.
this girl can barely like buy a beer at a bar.
Yeah, I had that moment. I'm like, well, I'm about his age, and she's about the age of some of my younger cousins. I'm like, yeah, no, that's a weird age gap.
I think,
I think I mostly forgot about it.
yeah, I definitely forgot about it.
Until like the author like brought it up, like
Yeah.
those comments of noticeable things. Yeah, I forgot about it.
And then at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I ship like 500-year-old Faye with 18-year-olds. So it's just like, I get it, it's different. But also, like, in my head, I'm very similar to like billionaire romances, and you just feel like they're older than what they should be. And I also love a series where, like, one of the main character, one of the males is like 10 years her senior. So it's like that might be iffy. But at the same time, it's like, but she also I mean, she didn't graduate, but she was almost done graduating college. So so I don't feel like the age is a thing. I think it's like mentality and how
Yeah.
much like what is her like how is she able to is she naive? Is she like pliable in like a manipulating way? And I don't feel like she was there, so I don't feel like it was as bad. But I don't know. Like I feel
Like she wasn't literally seeking out the billionaire. Like that wasn't
right,
her goal. Yeah.
right, right. And I'm like, and maybe if hypothetically she was in her late 20s, but he was still 13 years her senior, it's like, would y'all still feel weird about that age gap? So age in that self, like you have the calculation of your age, what like times like your age times itself or well times by two or divide in half plus seven. And that's what like an appropriate age group that age should be with to an extent. As long as it's in that age those age groups, you you are fine. But it I don't know. I said I never really bothered. I never really minded. Especially like as I said, like I feel like her mentality, she felt older, but I also feel like most like 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds don't like in real life don't actually think this way in the realm of the
Fair,
books that
fair.
we read.
You
Right.
think so you think that most 22-year-olds would not have her same level of maturity?
I don't.
No,
And
a
I'm
lot of
like
Yeah.
and
it's
I think
probably the
go ahead.
grief too. Sorry, like all that she'd been through. But go ahead.
Yeah. I was like, and it's like with books that we read, I'm like, all a lot of those characters that we read are in their younger 20s or like r right above the age of, I mean, right above the age of being an adult. And if you look back and just like, I don't feel like that should be a thing. This is kind of why it's just like I want authors to be able to make more books of people who are in their 30s that because it feels like they're in their 30s. They are very established. Oh my goodness, look at that popper. But they are very established in their minds and they're not, I said, they're not naive. They're not whimsical and thinking everything's happy-go-lucky. Like, no, they're more reserved. And they are set in a way that makes them stronger independently. But
I couldn't agree more. There are so many books that are just like college age, and I'm like, okay, I I'm in mid 30s now. I would like mid 30s people
mhm,
instead of just college age.
yeah. Yeah. I want I want the character's age to reflect how they're actually acting for the most part. And sometimes it's hard. Um it's yeah, it's hard. Anyways, anything else? All right. Um how did we feel about the small town romance vibe of it? Did we appreciate it? How everybody kind of knows each other, however, like how the restaurant was called Restaurant, how the adult store was called Adult Store. Like, how do we feel about the small town element in regards of literally everyone knows everyone and everyone is in everyone's business? Did we like that?
I mean, it sounds like where I grew up.
Yeah.
You mean
Like,
where all but one of us grew up?
Yeah, I know.
Relatable.
Jenny was in Hart County. She wasn't that far.
oh
Oh well,
yeah,
then she had the same feeling then.
Yeah. I feel like it's more like Fountain Run versus Allen County, though.
even
Kinda,
the
yeah.
thing, like the it's kind of like the tales that everybody's scary tales that we all tell around in the hollers and whatnot about things, and yeah, I think it's definitely relatable for us.
I
Mhm.
kept waiting for them to bring the Phantom into the modern story. Like I kept thinking that there was gonna be some like new
Girl,
like appearance or like
I
I don't know. I thought that she was going to have a moment with the Phantom.
I did too.
I did not do my due
Same.
like read the description. So I legit thought he was real. I was like, he's got that scar on his leg, just like the story, and that's it.
Same. And he had the dreams. Like he had the
Yes.
dreams. He had the scar.
She
Like
pulled
I
my
was just
leg.
like, so when are you gonna meet it? Like when is the Phantom
Mhm.
gonna come out? And I was just like, oh, when he was in the bunker. I was just like, oh, the
Smelled
Phantom's gonna
it.
come out now.
Yeah.
Smelled it. I was like, oh shit, here we go.
But no, no, that wasn't the case.
Is there a follow-up to this? Is there a second book?
There is a set. It is in part of a series,
Got
but not in a. They have a second storyline.
Yeah.
Um,
Like different, like one of the brothers or something.
I think so. I think I started reading it. It's
Yeah,
a
I think it's another brother.
yeah, but his old best friend and they like had a falling out or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of what popped up when I was trying to close it out on my Kindle. I was just like, are y'all going to read the next book? Is that something that y'all would be interested in too, or it could just be pushed onto your TBR?
Probably that.
It'll probably be on my TBR until I realize I need a book. It's like, all right, let's try this one.
Yeah, when I need a short book, maybe.
Yeah. Good. How did we feel about Leo and Ivy as the story progressed?
I feel like better. Like we talked about, the author kind of quit mentioning the age gap, so we kind of all conveniently forgot about it because they're in love at this point. We want them to be together. We're rooting for them. Um, so I just felt better about how they connected and how they were. Like I knew that they couldn't like go their separate ways, so I just I just knew it couldn't happen. So I was really glad that it ended the way it did. But I liked them.
I like how they opened up a little bit more. And honestly, the opening up happened, I'm not going to say pretty early, but at a decent part in the book where it wasn't like all this opening up information and it was just smut up until that point. Like they did allow themselves emotionally to be connected way earlier than I thought they would. Um, because of trauma. And you would like, oh, they wouldn't do that. That wouldn't make sense. But then they did, and it's just like, oh, okay, cool. They can actually work through it as respectful adults. That's cool.
Again,
Yes, I felt like the dialogue back and forth between them was so much healthier than in so many other books.
Yes.
I literally thought the Phantom was going to like kill Leo in like 6 months. So that was why he was holding back. So I'm really glad that I was not right on that. They came back in the story. I'm like, oh my god, he's got the scar. He's only got so many months like left to fix something. So yeah, my mind went way sci-fi. I am in that world in my head all the time. So
That would have been a fun plot twist.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine.
But like you said, Jenny, like whenever they like they have to end up together, and like her going to or is it like not Romania?
It
Yeah.
is Romania. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Romania. It's like nah, they gotta stay together somehow.
So did anybody, so with that Romanian conversation, it's like she has to go. She has to go to Transylvania.
Yeah.
Were y'all like screaming at your Kindle or your air, like screaming to the sky, just go on a vacation. Just like cancel the trip, go on a vacation together, and you still get it off your bucket list? Or was that just me? Because that's what I was
I was
screaming.
I was there until she mentioned like the contract and like that she couldn't get out of the contract. And then like I was just like, yeah, like I thought he was gonna give up the CEO title is what I thought was gonna happen. He was just gonna be like, nah, I'm good. Like I got it. Check my like I'm
I
good.
I
got
just
it.
assumed he was going to
Exactly.
spend the money and get her out of the contract.
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
true.
I'm like, I definitely didn't think that they were just going to go together and he was going to work on international relations
With Romania.
in
Yeah.
Romania, of all places.
I know
But
you
I
were talking
guess
about the small town earlier vibe, by the way. And I liked it a lot. As like I loved the festival and like putting those pieces together, and everyone knows everyone. I just really like that the atmosphere that they portrayed in that. So that was cute.
and I definitely liked how open-minded everyone was in that small town. But I
Oh
think
yeah.
Yeah.
that's just because like we grew up where we grew up, so people aren't as open-minded, and especially like, oh, it's in the Appalachian Mountains. Like we know that they're not that open-minded, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, can you
Oh,
imagine starting a work wet t-shirt party in the middle of Harper's?
Yeah.
No, but let's go
That would be
do it.
epic.
I'm down. Let's go.
That's a story to tell.
oh boy.
For science.
So,
Um, but I definitely did like that ending due to the fact of since he kept on, it's like she still has so much life left to live. She still doesn't know what she wants to do. Um, especially since she didn't finish college or at that point she's still so young and he was very supportive. Like I liked seeing her grow and wanting to develop and in the epilogue you see that she did develop. She did move up. She did her time and she was able to create something out of it, which is actually a really nice epilogue in that regards because some like for the most part an epilogue for like some of the stuff that we see is they just oh they're happy, it's exciting and they get to go off on a cruise and just be merry. But this way you actually see like no, she still put in work for it, she still put in time to create her happily ever after. um so that was actually nice seeing that she did continue to progress and as I said put in the time and do the things that she needs to do to create something of herself rather than just relying on him
yeah.
and
Like they
his
just
Did
made
it
this billionaire and call it a day.
yeah.
did it piss anyone else off that he proposed like in the middle of sex?
Yeah, I was like, you could have been better than this, but
You could have done better.
that's what they
Wait,
came up with that, I guess. So
was that in the
I felt
second
like that part
epilogue?
was kind of predictable. I'm like, okay, well,
Wait, did I not read that?
It was the bonus chapter. The
I
I
did
bonus.
didn't.
not read that either.
That wasn't on the Kindle. That was on like this on Spotify. As I said, like on Spotify,
Oh.
it said that I still had a bonus chapter, but I opened it on Kindle and it said that it
Oh,
finished.
you
oh
can listen to it. I'll let you listen to it on my Audible.
yeah.
Okay, well, because I said like as soon as it finished the epilogue on Spotify, it was just like your time is done. And I think and so I was like, okay, and I looked and it said bonus epilogue, and I was like, cool. So then I was like, I'm gonna go home and read on my Kindle, and so I just hit the button so many times, and then I found where I was at, and then the next page is like, congratulations, you finished. Now here's this
Did you
other
get
book.
the first bonus chapter?
I got the first bonus chapter
Okay,
when
so it's
she
just the
was at
second one.
the event.
Yeah.
So,
So
Oh.
there's one more.
oh, okay.
I
Spoiler
didn't mean to
alert.
spoil it. Yeah,
He
spoilers.
already had the ring. So it's like, all right, it's an epilogue. It's just for funds at that point. Um, did y'all ever, hang on, where's my actual words? Did you ever create a bucket list that you wish that you could have done with your family or friends? Like when you were young, did you ever create a bucket list that you wanted to do with either your family, your siblings, your friends in that regard? Did you ever do that?
I've created so many random bucket lists over the years. So many.
I don't, I probably have, and then I'll just like discard them. Um, but what is something that you wish that you could do now? Like, what would you like to add to your current bucket list? Would you ever want to add something to your current bucket list,
Well, I can
as an
tell you what I
adult?
added like in the last like 3 months to my list. I want Sam has never been skiing or snowboarding either one, and so like I want to go skiing or snowboarding like with him because like we did it with church youth group and stuff like that growing up, Kay, but like he's never been, and so I'm like I've got to get this man on a snowboard. So like I added it to my little bucket list.
I found one of my bucket list actually this past week, cleaning up my room. And it was like 100 things I would like to do. And I was like, I graduated college. Yay, check. Um, but like there's still so many things that I haven't done, all that like, skydiving and all the like cliche bucket list stuff that I gotta do. You asked about like friends and family. I guess I don't want to go skydiving alone. So yeah, I would like to
Aw.
go with my friends and family. Yeah.
I know, I'm like, Corey and I, it's not necessarily a bucket list, but I mean, we do want to hit all 50 states together. It's like I've hit states that he hasn't, and he hit states that I haven't, but we have our map that we have pins in on our wall. It's like these are places that we've gone to together, and this is what the map is for. So eventually I want to be able to say, we did this together. And so that it is a bucket list. It's something that we want to do. I'm not going to say that we're going to write it down, but it is something that we are striving for every single year of going to a new state, of going to a new place, doing something fun there. So we are adding that to an extent. I mean, obviously there's the cliche things like skydiving. Really love to skydive. Um, so I'll go with
So
you,
exciting.
Chris. Yeah,
Yay, let's
I'll
because
go with you
go.
too. Let's go.
Yay!
Corey
I
will go
give you
with me.
guys a great coffee. I
Sam
will hold your
says he's not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, so it's just us three.
Yeah, same thing with
That's
Corey. He's not
same
jumping out
there.
of an airplane. So the guys can hang out
Yeah, they
and
can fall.
we are gonna go jump out of a plane.
Now
Yeah.
I'll join you, but I don't know that I can talk Kristen into letting me go.
Corey's
I
already
guess
like, no.
my bucket list, I guess, is to make a bucket list. I have no idea.
It's like just something to live by because in all regards, like you do only live once. So unless you believe in reincarnation, and then that is what your belief is. But like you live, so make the time to do the things that you're never going to be able to do again. And you're never going to be able to do certain things when you're older and decrepit than you are when you're now. Um, so make those plans. Do the things that you wish that you could have done, and you're not going to take back that time. I'm like, there's things that I regret. For instance, like when I went to France, I didn't want to wait in the line at Notre Dame, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to regret this. Notre Dame burned. Like I, so it's one of those things like, do I regret it? I regret it now, even though I told myself when I was 17 that I wasn't going to regret it. So do the fun things that you can while you can, because you never know when you're going to die
Or when it's gonna burn.
or when it's going to burn. Anyways, um, were you surprised? Yep. Were you surprised when the family told Leo and Ivy that they knew that they were lying?
Yes and no. Like I I guess I'm more impressed that they were able to keep up with it too. Like that they were able to keep their charade up. But at the same time, I was like, I kind of I kind of got that vibe once we knew that they had also planned the whole fake CEO hire. I was like, yeah, this is in the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
I feel
One,
like, yo, go ahead.
once they had the small tents, I'm like, yeah, the family knows.
Yeah. Like, like how can you just be engaged to someone without ever mentioning them before? I don't know. I feel like the family knew early on, so I wasn't surprised when they didn't know.
I think Jeff especially knew because he was like, you're engaged. to someone that I've never met or I've never heard of. So like I feel like that brother in particular was like real suspicious.
Hmm. I did like how they did know. So there wasn't the complication after the fallout. There wasn't the family drama. So
Hmm.
that was lovely of just be like, okay, well, that's an issue we don't have to worry about in this grand scheme of this book. It's like I don't want the drama of the family after the fallout. So that was nice. And
I like the family a lot.
yeah, I did like that family. That family was super fun. I
Yeah.
mean, great supporting cast.
Yeah.
Um, and also, it was just like, oh, well, the mechanic over here, he probably told everybody anyways. So once again, small town, everybody knows everybody, and
Mhm.
everybody's going to talk and gossip. So you're not like, how are they going to keep this secret to that extent? But then it doesn't matter because they knew. So I was like, that was cool. That's cool. That's different. That's a stress that I don't have to live with while I was reading it.
Agreed.
All right. Um, were you surprised about the sex room?
A little bit.
It was very 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes.
I thought the same.
It was like the author finally decided, oh, okay, I'm going to steal a little bit from 50 Shades and just go from there.
Yeah. I almost felt like it was a different author almost. I'm like, wait, are we still in the same are we what are we doing now? But yeah, not that surprising.
No. It's like I haven't read that many like daddy Don-coms like trope books, so maybe I was not as surprised. I mean, I was surprised when that happened. I was just like, okay, this is out of the blue. This is something to mention. Um, but maybe that is one of the tropes. But I definitely felt like it was very 50 Shades of Grey in that regard, which is fine. And he was able to express it. So, and it was just like, okay, so how, but because once again, she is so young, how would she have felt about it without, I mean, it never really dove into what her like kinks are, what she wanted to experience about growing up. And because he was able to do that, he was able to learn with all that time. But at the same time, he was also the same age that she was when he found out all this. It doesn't, yeah. Anyways, so it was
She's
different.
even younger. He was like 25. She's 22. His last relationship was when he was like 25.
Yeah. But then he was like, oh, like I kind of knew all that information. I kind of knew all my kinks at that point when I was with her. So from the time of, I mean, until she was 25. So he was able to learn so much more than she was. But it definitely felt more 50 Shades of Grey because in 50 Shades of Grey, she doesn't know. Like, what I think she was a virgin. Doesn't matter. But I mean, she was very vanilla in this regard. But so I thought it was interesting in that regard, in that piece. Um, what were your favorite moments between Leo and Ivy? I like the
When he agreed to take her down into the bunker, like, and we later learn like what a big deal that was to him since he had like a legitimately traumatic experience the last time that he was down there. So I thought that was a sweet cliche moment.
I like the whenever they were down at the waterfall, and the vase, like from his perspective, like, I'm a professional swimmer. Here I am just swimming. I'm gonna beat her. La 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 la. And then like boom, he opens his eyes and she's right there. I just that's super
Yes,
cute.
I love that part.
Yeah.
I I was gonna say like the waterfall scene or just the camping in general. That was just really fun, really cute. I know. I'm almost done. Um, I was like, that was really fun. That was really cute, and it was adorable. And obviously, it wasn't as like serious of a moment, but it just seemed fun. It just seemed like a good time for them.
I also liked when he took her to work, like later on when he was kind of undergoing his little vibey change, and he was like, "Good morning." Like that would thanks for getting that spreadsheet over to me. Hi, how are you?
I think my favorite was probably there in the epilogue with the right at the presentation time. I'm like, that's just hilarious, and it had me cracking up.
Yes. Yes. No, good Lord. I know we kind of talked about this earlier, but do you think the author portrayed the loss of Ivy's sister and the grief in general throughout the book, especially with him? Do you think the author did really well by writing that? So I think we mostly talked about it, but um, was there anything else y'all wanted to say in regards of the grief of that part?
I do think that she did a good job of working that in because I think she did it in a very realistic way, in more ways than one. So she tackled rough family dynamics with Ivy and Fern. Like, they didn't have the greatest relationship with their parents. She tackled loss of a really close family member. She tackled therapy. She tackled physical injury. She tackled like overworking yourself, trying to compensate guilt. Like, I mean, she tackled a lot in that book.
Hmm. She also tackled the fact of like Ivy and Fern's dad, like at the end when I mean that she mentioned it at least,
Like
where in the
boundaries.
and boundaries. And taking that initiative is just like, no, I know what you're doing. You're trying to ask for a handout, but I'm gonna say no. And then he was just being supportive, like, this is what you want to do. Like, this is her. She wanted those boundaries, and he's like, that's fine. Like, so there was a lot of stuff. Um, and then moving her mom to a place that was closer to them. So she is able to see her if she needs to, even though the relationship is still rocky. And that was mentioned. It's like just because your love life isn't happily ever after, like you can still have those rocky relationships with your parents if it definitely started off like that.
I'm just glad they brought back in her family at the end because I must have missed it in the beginning when they said anything about it, her family, and I'm like, where is anybody who cares about her other than her sister? She's gone for months, or at least a month, and like no one has reached out and asked where she is or anything.
Yeah. Is I don't it just makes you like, did she have
Uh,
friends in college? I don't remember if she
Right.
did or not.
so there was that scene when she first got to Ashford Falls where she bought her ice cream cone and then she looked like at her bank account and she was talking about how there kept being all these unexpected expenses from her mom's living facility that she had said that she would make up like the extras. And then like just she had no idea like how many of these extra expenses that there were going to be. And so every time she looked at her bank account, there was a new like random like deduction from her mom's care facility. So that was like one of the ways that they brought that in the beginning.
I think I missed that chapter somehow. May have fallen asleep.
That's okay. I think I read that chapter like, I mean, since it's the very beginning, I think I put it started like 2 weeks ago, maybe
It's
something like
how
that.
she got her initial, it's how she was roped in with Leo um the second time. So like of course he met her after her car crash, but then he I guess had overheard or like seen the signs that she was struggling for money, and that's when he offered her, yeah, sure, here's $100,000, like if you'll pretend to be my fiance. Or he didn't even say fiance, he said girlfriend, right? Or fiance, I don't even know.
Fiance,
But
because she was wearing the ring.
yes, there you go.
Now, I don't remember, did they ever bring up the fact about her ring? Like again after that? Or did she ever just like tell him about the ring?
I don't think they ever mentioned it again.
He said the
No.
same.
Just that
I
it
was like,
was her sister, it was her sister's, right? And it was the only finger that she could wear it on. That was the only thing that they
Mm.
ever said.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Mm.
yeah. I don't remember her ever mentioning the ring after that point ever again. So, um, what do you think about the bench? I thought that was sweet for the town.
I almost cried.
Did you?
Mhm.
I think I did tear up. I'm a sap.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, no, the beach was cute. I thought it was just a good memorial. Um,
Mhm.
that the town just came together, and especially since like there were the moments that she helped people just because, and she was very personable, and it was cool that the town was able to see that. The town was able to see and appreciate her and herself. So that was sweet. Um, who was your favorite of the supporting cast?
I liked Leo's dad. He was a fun character.
Yeah.
I think I like
I
them
like,
all.
yeah, I liked them all too. I like Jeff though. I liked the restaurant owner.
He seems so stand up. I want to hear his story. That is what
Yeah.
that is one of the ones like I might continue finishing the series to hear his story.
Well, it was what got me. She like the author left you this little nugget, and then like that's all you got when she said that they used to be really close.
Mm.
Um, or that they had never been, they had always had a rocky relationship, like one of the two. I don't even remember. Like they used to, I know they both worked in the restaurant scene together. So I think that had led me to think that, oh, they used to be a lot closer. But then actually, I think later on they mentioned like mine and Jeff's relationship has always been really rocky because he's only 11 months younger than I am. So, but like, I want that like nugget to be expounded upon. Like, why? Why is that such a big deal? Just because you two were the closest in age to one another, or what? Like, what happened?
But
And
it's also
and why
he
did you name your
went
restaurant Restaurant?
well because every building had their thing. Had like as I said, the sex
Hmm.
store was called sex store, the restaurant was called restaurant. Um, rude. Um, I don't remember the other ones, but everything just had that generic name in the whole town. I guess that was how the town was. However, the only thing about that section is there's no if you I guess you're only eating at restaurant. I was like, there's no other
Where
food.
else is there? There's an ice. There's food trucks,
Yeah, I guess are they called food trucks? Food trucks one, two, and
probably.
three. All right. Does anybody else have anything to say in regards to this book? All right, then in that case, let me go back to what? Stop throwing stuff at me. I have hair ties everywhere now. Um, all right. Thank you for participating. Our next meeting will be on March 19th at 6 p.m. Central Time. We will be discussing. I couldn't decide. There was a tie, so we got Dire Bounds and When the Moon Hatched bec- because I can't decide.
I'm
But
definitely
if
gonna have to go back and reread When the Moon Hatched. So Direbound's pretty fresh in my brain, but I gotta go back and read When the Moon Hatched again. It's been a minute.
I'm like, or I was thinking about just skipping both of those because, as I said, it's my fault that I forgot to do the poll until I was working like 3 days later, and then it was a chaotic mess this week. Um, so I was like, or I might just scratch both of them and just put lights out on. So I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I want. But if you can't finish, I mean, if you can't read both of them because they're both hefty books. I mean, the When the Moon, let's see, I have When the Moon Hatched. Oh, like, I don't have Darbound, but When the Moon Hatched is a very hefty book, and I think it has a glossary on it. Where is it? At
Wait, I
least
have
about
your diagram.
like 535 pages at least. So
You did finish Direbound, right, Jenny? You
Oh
haven't
no,
finished.
no. No, I have your diagram. I'm on chapter like 6.
Oh, okay.
So if you can't finish the books, that's fine. Um, or you can't, like, you can read one of them. We'll still talk about both of them, and we will keep spoilers down to a minimum. But since this series, we are kind of going to be theorizing a little bit, just to kind of prepare you because the next books are coming out so soon, and that's so exciting. Um, so I am really excited about this. And remember, if you also want to read Lights Out, the third book is coming out also very shortly. So they're all great books to listen to. I do know that When the Moon Hatched and Direbound are available on Spotify, Libby and Bowling Green, at least Audible and Kindle Unlimited. I don't know about Lights Out. I did not check, but once again, we're going to read those two, Direbound and When the Moon Hatched. Um,
I got finally, I think I had read the physical copy that of Corey's Lights Out, and then like I was three-fourths of the way through it. I got off like a 6-month waiting list on our Libby for the audiobook. So it is there, but there's a wait list.
there's a wait list. Um, but the audio is so good though, so take take that for what it is. Um, Direbound is more wolf riding military book. When the Moon Hatched is more dragon riding assassin book. But Direbound is more romantasy. When the Moon Hatched is more of an epic fantasy. There is obviously romance. It's still a romantic fantasy, but it is very, there's a glossary in the
It's
beginning
like
of the book.
high
It
fantasy.
is very high fantasy, very lyrical writing. Um, it's a beautiful book, but take it with a grain of salt in that regard of like, it may not be everyone's cup of tea, and that is okay because it is a very high fantasy book. There is nothing that's similar um,
You said
It
to
that's
was one
Skybound.
where like I would have to reread a passage or okay, what did I just read?
Mhm,
Like to grasp the world building.
mhm. So, but
That's
uh,
Skybound.
Direbound is wolf riding military college. So think a fourth wing, but with wolves.
Okay, okay.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was fun. But it's way more in that just happy romantasy genre versus the high fantasy of When the Moon Hatched. So once again, if you want to read both of them, you have a month. If you in a day, um, and if you can't for whatever reason, or you just don't feel like it, or it's just not clicking with you, whether each one it is, and that's okay. Like we're just here to read and be happy, and certain things don't vibe with certain people, and that is perfectly fine. So, is there anything else? Oh, so yes, the meeting is on the 19th of March at 6 o'clock. That should be a Thursday. I think I double checked on my calendar again, so, but it should be. Does anybody else have anything to say? Okay. I do kind of want to throw since I have like 9 minutes. So I can't decide on what themes we want to do in May. Does anybody have any thoughts? I have thoughts and I just can't narrow them down. So is there anything that y'all are interested in of like doing a theme? I was thinking of like May the Force be with you and do sci-fi uh
Oh.
or do like dystopia of May the what be in your favor. I forgot.
May the odds be ever in
Yeah,
your
Say the
favor.
other
yeah.
part.
Like may the odds be ever in your favor and do a dystopian.
That's okay.
Or you could do like it's gonna be May, but I don't really know how that's gonna tie into it. Um, so I was thinking of like what would be a really fun theme, or if we just want to do something that's like all these books that we've had be really close to winning, but we never got that, we can go back, add those to a compilation of like the second runner up or like the runners up of
Yeah.
the books that we've come back to. We can add those and see what all we're interested in after that. Or since it's my birthday month, we could just pick something that I want to read forever and always. I don't want to do that either because I'll be like, everybody's going to be reading a Why Choose. And I know not everybody's interested in a Why Choose, but I'll be like, let's just do something fun, like a Why Choose. And you have like everything, but I don't know. So is there anything that y'all are interested in? I have a list of other things might be, um, that might be a good theme. So we have a traditional group, which like most of our stuff is like traditionally published. I have Golden Boy Energy. So I'm like, we could do that. We can do favorite, um, like side pet, like favorite side animal. So is there anything that y'all are interested in that would be a good theme for May? Because I don't have anything at this point. Like I have so many options
You have
that
a
I
lot.
There's so many
I
options. Yeah.
know that's my problem. I have
Yeah.
so many
I
options.
feel
Yeah,
like
there's
Utopia
so many.
one, personally.
I don't think it's a bad idea to take the like second runner up books and like put them in a poll.
Okay.
Or since you go to all this trouble to set everything up for us, it could be your month. I'm not against that either.
It could be birthday month.
You
That'd be
just
really
could like
awesome.
after a big hefty book, just throw me a softball and have a couple short book options.
Okay.
But yeah, you do you.
Okay. Okay. Because okay. So maybe in June. I don't think I have anything in June. Let me see if I can find my list. Because I know I was gonna try and find whenever Teddy Hamilton's birthday is. I don't remember. I thought it was in December or something. Or no, or is it in July? It's one of those.
I'll find out.
Okay. And we can do a Teddy Hamilton Appreciation Month.
As we should.
Who's
As
that?
that
Oh.
is a narrator that does Zayden in Fourth Wing, that does
Uh
the main male character in The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. He actually does a lot of Rebecca Yarros books. He does, what else he does?
Oh, he does a lot of books.
He does Haunting Adeline. He has there's so many books, I can't remember them all. But he's fantastic. Fantastic. Um He's one of my favorites. And so as soon as there's like a Teddy Hamilton book, I'm down. I'm down for that. Um, so I thought about doing a Teddy Hamilton Appreciation Month. I thought that would be fun. Um, but that's more of like an audio version, but I'm like you can still read it. And then I have to finish like trawl little words. Tree. Nope. I like the finished compilation. We can be like, here's the first book of a finished series. So you don't even have to wait for coming out days and you can just finish them all. I've thought about doing that. So anyways, there's lots of things that we've thought about. I just haven't quite. But we might do a why choose reverse harem sidekick thing for May just for stunt, just for fun times. I don't know. Unless y'all have anything else that you're interested in that I haven't mentioned.
This is harder to find than I thought.
Yeah, because it's not actually his name.
No.
It's his other name.
His like
His
stage name,
it's
his
his stage
pen
name.
name.
Yeah. It's on there. I
What's
think
his real name?
I don't know. But I think it's on a Reddit account.
Daddy. No.
So okay. So anyways, keep a thought out. And you can text it to me if something that's like this would be really fun to read. Rather than it and that you're just like super interested in reading or a certain theme that you're interested in reading. So just keep that thought out. I said we're trying to make it as fun as we can. So, all right. Whitney, can you find it? I think it's in May. No, it's in December or July, but I think it's in July because I was going to do like a military-esque due to 4th of July book. Um, but
I'm on his narrated by page right now, seeing if anyone has like wished him a happy birthday.
so I think it was like interfering with something like that. So I think it's July. So but we
ChatGPT is not finding his birthday anywhere.
okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. We can do Teddy Hamilton Appreciation Month anytime.
I
Because
was about to say that.
because he should be. Same thing with like Samantha Brentmore. We should appreciate her voice because it's great. It's a good time. When she does tour season, she did the it's an indie. It was indie published, but she went to trad. Was the Bourbon Boys series, which is based in Kentucky. Corey and I just finished that series. It's glorious. It's three
My wife
brothers.
loves the series.
She owns it.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, so good. Did she like it?
yeah, she loves it.
Good, 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 good. It was so much fun. I just like Corey finished it and he was just like, "Oh yeah, that was solid. That was a really fun series." Um,
His real name is Andrew Eden.
okay. When's his birthday?
July 23rd, 1983.
Okay. All right. So we'll do Teddy Hamilton in July as appreciation. We'll skip military books down the road. That's fine.
July the 23rd.
But Samantha Brightmore does the first book in the Bourbon Boys series, the Bourbon and Lies, and y'all should definitely check it out. It's glorious. It's really fun. It's three brothers, and there's a mystery element to it. So y'all should definitely check it out in your free time. We're obviously not reading it in our book club, but it's fun. It's also on Kindle Unlimited, so for those who have that. Anyways, well, I'm gonna get off here and go have dinner, and I hope everyone has a good time and enjoy these books. And if you have any questions, just let me know and share this group because we like people to join our book club. And thank you, Alan, for this is your first one. This is exciting.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Wednesdays actually work better for me, so I was able to swing into it this time.
Well, it's still
Yay.
on Thursdays, but it's always
That's all right.
going
I
to
can
be
still watch them
available.
later.
Yeah, I'm like, it's still going to be on YouTube. So, all right, I will see y'all later. Bye.
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 Hi, guys.
Happy birthday, Eve Wit.
Happy birthday,
Thank
Eve. Happy
you.
birthday, Eve.
Birthday.